Welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles. This channel is dedicated to educational content based on real-life cases and true events. This content shared here is drawn directly from the actual case file, and no names, places, or items have been changed. However, the content has been carefully summarized and presented for educational purposes in a comprehension format, to inform, enlighten, and spark meaningful discussions. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or simply understand the real-world scenarios better, you're in the right place. We believe in the power of truthful storytelling to educate and inspire. Disclaimer: while all stories are based on real cases, they are presented in a condensed and structured format for clarity and learning. Viewer discretion is advised where necessary. This case is cited from the Nigerian High Court online file, which is public record, between Ivo Utensire Anor v. Anarock Global Services Ltd. High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Presiding Judge Honor Justice Asmau Akanbi Yusuf. Date 31st March 2021. Background and claims. The claimants, Ivo Utensire and another, filed a summary judgment application against Anarock Global Services Ltd. They alleged that the defendant fraudulently sold the same parcel of land, Plot 08, Anarock City Estate, Saban Lugby East, Abuja, to both of them and demanded $2,000 paid by the first claimant, $2,200 paid by the second claimant, including $200,000 for excavation, for $400,000 as cost of the action. Court awarded $50,000 instead. They presented evidence of separate allocation letters, receipts of payment, site authority letters, and demand correspondences. Upon discovering that the land did not belong to the defendant, they demanded a refund, which was denied. Legal issue for determination. The court was to determine whether, considering the evidence before the court, the Honorable Court is empowered to grant this application. Findings and judgment. The court emphasized that summary judgment is appropriate where a defendant has no plausible defense to avoid unnecessary delays. The defendant did not file any defense or appear in court, despite being properly served. Evidence presented by the claimants, allocation letters, payment receipts, communication records, remained unchallenged and uncontroverted. The court found that the defendant admitted the transaction, but failed to refund the money or provide suitable alternative land. Judgment. The court ruled in favor of the claimants, ordering the defendant to refund $2,000 to the first claimant, refund $2,200 to the second claimant, pay $50,000 as cost of the suit. Outcome: claimants won. Reasons: the defendant defaulted procedurally by not defending the suit. There was overwhelming documentary evidence confirming fraudulent or negligent misrepresentation. The defendant's own correspondence admitted liability and merely attempted to relocate the claimants without consent. Analysis: how this could have been avoided. Proper due diligence by defendant. Anarock Global Services Ltd. should have verified its legal ownership before selling the land. Selling the same plot to two parties and lacking title altogether shows gross mismanagement or fraud. Clear land allocation records. Having a central, verifiable land allocation register could have prevented double allocation or fictitious sales. Prompt refund and conflict resolution. Upon discovery of the fraud, the defendant should have refunded the claimants or offered equivalent land with proper documentation. Trying to relocate them to undeveloped land without consent worsened their liability. Legal representation and defense filing. The defendant's failure to appear or defend the suit led the court to accept all claimants' evidence as unchallenged. Filing a defense, even a weak one, could have allowed for negotiations or partial relief. Transparent business practices, clear contracts, honest advertising, and full disclosures during land sales are essential to avoid such legal consequences. Thanks so much for watching, fam. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about the case. I love hearing your thoughts and feedback. And hey, if you felt a connection or learned something new, give this video a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Until next time, stay safe, stay real, and I'll catch you in the next one.